Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today's video I am going to be showing you the list of products that I plan to use up in 2016. This is actually a tag that is going around by Ellis for Living and I really love her channel. I'm not part of that collab and tag, but she did encourage me to do it on her channel. I watched her video of this tag and I commented saying I definitely want to do this tag, and she encouraged me to go for it, and hopefully she is checking out this video right now. So hi Elle, if you're watching, thank you so much for watching this video. So I am so happy that this tag is going around because I really hope this encourages people to use all of the makeup in their collection. I just feel like we buy so much stuff and we forget about the things that we already have. And we need to remember that with makeup, things do get old and expire, and we really need to get our use out of the products and, you know, our money's worth of these products. So I really love that this tag is going around and I've wanted to do this. I really want 2016 to be the year that I focus on my makeup, don't buy a ton of makeup, and really use the things in my collection. So how I kind of organized and came up with this list is that I am doing it by specific products. I looked through my entire makeup collection and I looked up on my purchase history on different websites for how old some of these products were. I was astounded at how long I have had some of these products. Some of these products were older than I thought. And so the products that were older, I definitely put at the top of the list of the products that I want to use up in 2016. I definitely put liquids, creams at the top because those expire first, where powders don't as much. So that's kind of how I prioritized my list. And I'm doing it by specific products. I'm not doing it by numbers because I feel like that's not as, it is important, but my collection is fairly small, so that's not as important to me as using up specific products before they get old. And also I'm doing it kind of similar to how Elle did it, where I have products that are definitely a priority that I want to get out of my collection, but then I also have some stretch products too. So if I finish some products in a certain category or whatever, then I have a few products to move on to as a stretch goal that I want to use up. So that's how I came up with this list and how I organized all of these products that I want to use up in 2016. So for every product that I show, I might not talk about it that much. I might mention a little bit about why I chose, why I want to use it up this year, but I know this video is going to be long, so I'm going to try and keep it as short and concise as possible. So first, some of the primers that I want to use. I want to use up this Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, the pore minimizing one. I really love this primer, but I want to use this up in 2016 and get my money's worth. And I also want to use up the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. This is the one that's hydrating. I got this as a sample in my Play by Sephora box. So these are the two that I for sure want to use up in 2016. And then kind of a stretch goal for me that I want to use up is the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Primer. So this will be my stretch primer. So for foundations, I definitely want to use up the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless foundation, and I have a pretty good feeling that I'll finish this up even in January because it is almost out, so hopefully I can get that out of my collection. I also want to use up the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation, and this is in a shade that's my summer shade, so hopefully I can finish it this summer, and I really love this foundation, so once I use this up, I will repurchase it. And I also want to use up the Bare Minerals Matte Foundation. This is a powder mineral foundation, and I've had this in my collection for such a long time, and I really want to use it a lot more because I haven't used it a lot lately, and so I can just get this out. I also want to use up the sample of the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and this is in Light for Duvel. I literally just got the sample, and I hope to use the sample up in 2016. And then my stretch foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and this is a stretch for me because this foundation is actually too light for me. So I'm actually going to try and use it with this Temp 2 Champagne Shimmer, and I know this is actually a liquid highlighter, but it's pretty dark as a highlighter, so hopefully I can mix these two together and make that work. That's a way that I want to use this foundation, so both of these are kind of as a stretch goal for me in terms of foundation. So there is only one concealer that I really want to use up in 2016, and it's the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Light Bisque. And as you can tell, I've actually hit pan on it, so hopefully I will be able to finish this in 2016. It's not my favorite concealer in the world, but it is a really good one, and it was pretty expensive, so I want to get my money's worth out of this one. And then this one isn't a stretch, but this was just a new sample that was added to my collection. But this is the YSL It's the really famous Touche Eclat concealer. So I have a sample of a few different colors, so I want to use at least the lightest shade in that. So for face powder, I only have one that I really want to use up in 2016, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless, I was going to say foundation, but powder, and it's in translucent. This powder's okay, but it's not my absolute favorite one, especially from the drugstore. And I don't have a stretch powder, but I think I would really like to use up my L'Oreal Infallible Matte powder that I have, but I for sure definitely want to use up this powder. Okay, so in terms of blushes, I really want to use up this CoverGirl Rose Silk blush, and this blush is really old, and as you can see, I've hit a little bit of pan up at that top right there, so hopefully I can use that up in 2016. I also really want to use my NARS Orgasm, and I want to use up the bronzer too. I want to use up both of these products in 2016. This is getting so old, and I can see that it's getting a little bit of hard pan. I want to at least hit pan on both of these products, but I really want to use up this blush and bronzer. I really do like the Laguna bronzer, and Orgasm is okay, but again, I want to try and at least hit pan or use up these products. I also want to try and use this Benefit Posietint. This is a liquid blush stain. You can use this on your lips too, but I use this on my cheeks. I actually have it on my cheeks today, if you can tell. I use the e.l.f. small stipple brush to apply it to my cheeks today, but this is a liquid product, and I know that this is pretty old, so I want to try and get it out of my collection. I have a couple of stretch blushes that I hope to use once I finish up some of those blush products, and the first one I have here is MAC Melba, and I got this a few years ago, but it's still in pretty nice condition and still seems pretty new, even though I got it a few years ago, but it is old, so I want to use it before it does get even older. And then I also have Tarte's Exposed, and I really do like this blush, and it's just a nice everyday blush, so that's why I put it in one of my stretch blushes. So as for bronzers, I already showed you, I want to try and use up my NARS Laguna, and I have a lot of new contours and bronzers, so that's really the only one I want to focus on in 2016. But as for highlighters, I have two, and they're both cream or liquid. I really want to try and use up Benefit's High Beam. I just know this is getting old, and I really want to try and use it up. And I also have another Benefit highlighter, and this is the Benefit What's Up, and I got this, I think, for the Sephora birthday gift a couple years ago, so it is getting old. I've barely used it, but I really want to try and get some use out of both of these. I don't know if I will use these up, but I really want to get a dent in some of these products and get these out of my collection. Okay, so now we're moving on to eye products. So for eye primers, I really want to use up this Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer sample that I got with my Lorac Pro palette, and I really want to try and use up this NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I did not realize how old this was, so I really want to start using it a lot more. So I have a few single eyeshadows that I want to for sure use up in 2016. There's not anything that I really want to pan in my big palettes, but I do have a couple single eyeshadows that I want to at least pan. So I have them here in this really tiny Z palette. So right here is Stila's Kitten, and I at least want to hit pan on that because this is a really big pan, but I'm actually wearing it on my eyes today. It's a really pretty eyeshadow, so I am ashamed of myself that I haven't used it a lot more, so I definitely want to get some use out of Stila Kitten. And then right here is MAC Gleam, which is my oldest MAC eyeshadow. So this is really old, and I can tell that it's getting some hard pan, so I definitely want to try and use that up as much as I can. And then right here, I depotted some of my really old L'Oreal High Pigment Duo things. Do you guys remember what those were? But I think this was from a duo called Electrified. And so this is kind of the pretty like taupe lid shade. So I want to try and at least hit some pan on that. And then this is Benefit's Fancy Pansy. This is when they still sold some single eyeshadows. So this is really old too. So I want to hopefully try and get some of my use out of that and maybe even hit pan on it. As you can see, I've made a little bit of a dent in it, but not much. So my stretch eyeshadows that I want to try and use up in 2016 is this trio from Covergirl, and it's in Shimmering Sands. And it's just this really pretty neutral trio. Sorry, the reflection from my window is showing on the palette. But it's just a really pretty trio of eyeshadows that are great for every day. And I know that this is getting kind of old too, so I hope that I can try and get a little dent in this. I also have a couple of cream eyeshadows that I want to get some use out of. And first, I have the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Beige, and this was limited edition, but I think Barely branded is pretty much the same thing. So that's what it looks like, and as you can see, I've actually hit pan on this, so hopefully I can get this done in 2016. That's just so exciting that I've hit pan on it. I really don't hit pan on a lot of things, so whenever I do, it's very exciting. And I also have another Maybelline Color Tattoo, and this is in Bad to the Bronze, and it's just a really beautiful eyeshadow, but this is really drying up on me, so I want to get that done before it dries up. And I also have a couple of cream eyeshadow stretches. I have a Benefit cream eyeshadow in Taupe Aztec. It's basically a gold color. And then I have one from ColourPop that's a stretch, and this one is in Smash, which is a satin. So it's just a really nice kind of natural, almost matte, everyday cream eyeshadow color. I have a couple of brow products that I also want to use up, and these are actually the only brow products that I have in my collection. I really don't do much to my brows. I just feel like my brows are pretty natural and look good on their own, but I do have a couple that I want to use up. I want to use up the Benefit Gimme Brow. I absolutely love this, but I really want to try and use it up before it expires. And then I also have a tiny sample of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Medium Brown Perfect Brow Pencil. It is so tiny, so I think I can use that up in 2016. I have so many eyeliners, and so therefore I have a lot that I want to try and use in 2016. So the first one that I want to try and use up is this Noir Forever Noir Longwear Eyeliner Pencil. I got this in my Birchbox, and I really want to try and use that up. I also have the Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil in Demolition, and as you can see, I do not have a lot left. I really do love this pencil, so I'm pretty confident that I can use this up. And then I also have a few different colored ones. So here I have another Urban Decay one in Empire, and it's a really dark purple. It looks navy in the camera, but it's purple, and it's really, really pretty. So hopefully I can get a dent in that. And then here I have 3 eyeliners from Benefit that I want to use up. There was this really old holiday kit that I actually got that came with 3 cream eyeshadows and 3 eyeliners, and I still have them, so I know that they're really old. So I want to try and use up all 3 of these. This silver one is in Blinged. This green one is in Gemini. This looks so beautiful on my brown eyes. And then I also have Stealer Date, which is like almost done, and this looks really good on my brown eyes as well. I do have a couple of stretch pencil eyeliners that I have here. I have another Urban Decay pencil in Smog, which is a really beautiful light brown. And then I also have a Smashbox Limitless eyeliner in Black Violet, which is a really pretty kind of blackened gray violet purple color. And then I also want to try and use up or hit pan on at least one gel eyeliner, and the 2 options I have here, I have the Smashbox Jet Set Waterproof Eyeliner in Midnight Mahogany, and it's basically just kind of a dark espresso chocolate brown. Or I want to use up the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner in Blackest Black, which is just a black. So I want to try and hit pan or use up at least one of these gel eyeliners. So I definitely have quite a few mascaras that I want to use up in 2016, and these are the 2 that I have open right now. This is the Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express Mascara, and this is one of my favorite mascaras from the drugstore, and this has about a month or 2 before it expires. Mascara really only lasts about 3 to 4 months, so I think I can definitely use this up in 2016. And then I also have here the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Mascara. Same story. Hopefully I can use it up in about a month or 2. And then I also have here the Model Coat Power Lash Black Mascara, which I haven't opened yet. And I got this in a Birchbox, so hopefully I can get that out in 2016. And then I also have here a sample of the Givenchy Phenom Eyes Effect Extension Mascara, and that's the one that kind of looks like a ball. So those are the 4 mascaras that I definitely want to use up in 2016, but I have a lot more in my stash, and mascara goes bad pretty fast. So those are the main 4 that I definitely want to use up, but I definitely have more that I really hope that I can use up too. Okay, so now we're going to move on to lip products. So here I have 3 little lipstick sample things. They're actually not samples, but they are lipsticks that I have depotted, because when you finish a lipstick in the tube, there's still some left over inside that you can't roll up. So this is what I've done with a few of them, and I kind of want to stop doing that because having these little sample pots are kind of annoying. But the first one I have here is the Clinique Black Honey. and it looks really dark, but it actually looks kind of like a berry on at least my lip, but it kind of, you know, goes with pretty much anybody's lip color and skin tone. So Black Honey is a really famous lipstick from Clinique, so hopefully I can get that used up. I also have here the Chanel Rouge Coco Shine lipstick in Boy, and it is just a really beautiful natural pink color, but it's really shiny, so it just looks natural and kind of a My Lips But Better color, and it's great for every day. And then I also have here the Bite Beauty Luminous Cream Lipstick in Pepper, and this is a beautiful color. Again, I love those kind of fall shades on my lips that are kind of that pink brown color, and this is no exception. It's so beautiful. So hopefully I can use all of that up. Okay, so next here I have a lip balm, and this is the Burt's Bees Rose Tinted Lip Balm, and then I also have here Benefit's Benetint. I actually use these both together to create kind of a pretty kind of not super dark, but just kind of a red-pink wash on my lips. So I really do want to use both of these up in 2016. And then I also have here the EOS Lip Balm in Summer Fruit, and as you can see, I'm like almost done with it, so hopefully I can get that done and maybe finish another EOS lip balm. I have so many of these guys. And then my stretch lip balm that I have here is the NYX Butter Lip Balm in Brownie, and it's interesting because it's not super hydrating. It is a little bit hydrating, but it's actually a matte lip balm, and it's in this really pretty nude brown color. It's just so gorgeous. So this is my stretch lip balm, and hopefully I can get some use out of this because I know this is getting old. And then the lipsticks that I want to use up in 2016 are the Bite Beauty Luminous Cream Lipstick in Fig. This is just a really tiny deluxe sample of it, so that's all I have left. I don't have much of this, so hopefully I can use that up. I actually wore this to my high school graduation, so it has a little bit of emotional meaning for me, but I still want to try and use it up. And I also have here another deluxe sized lipstick, and this is the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Natural in N9. This was the Sephora birthday gift, I think, last year. So again, I really want to try and use it up. I'm actually wearing it on my lips today. So it's just kind of a nice natural color for especially the fall and winter time. So I definitely want to use these up. And I do have a lot of lip products in my collection, but I just feel like these mini and deluxe sizes, they're driving me insane. So hopefully I can get some of those out. And then my stretch lipstick, or lipsticks really, is again from Bite Beauty, and this is the Duo Lip Set in Musk, which is this brown color. And then the other side has Lychee or Lychee, which is a little bit of a lighter brown. So these are my stretch lipsticks that I want to use and hopefully get some use out of. And then the lip gloss that I for sure want to use up in 2016 is this Urban Decay Lip Junkie in Naked, and I got this deluxe sample with my Naked 2 palette, and I know that it's kind of mixed up, but it's about halfway done, so hopefully I can get this done in 2016. And then my couple stretch lip glosses that I have here are the NYX Butter Gloss in Maple Blondie, and this is a great summer color. I really do like this formula, but I wouldn't repurchase this color again, but again, I will use it in the summer because it's kind of a coral color. And then I also have here the Laura Mercier Lip Glacé in Opal, and I got this in a Birchbox quite a while ago. It's just a nice, pretty, neutral lip gloss, so hopefully I can get a little bit of a dent in that as well. So those are all of the products that I really hope to use up, or at least hit pan or get a dent in 2016. There are definitely more products that I want to use up, but those are the products that I just absolutely want to get out of my collection because they're getting old. Also, I will have a 6-month update in June when I am done with school and here for the summer. I will have an update on the progress that I'm doing with finishing a lot of these products, and also I will show these in empties videos too if I don't have them for that update. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hoped you enjoyed this video. I hope that this inspires you guys to use up a lot of your makeup this year in 2016 and, you know, use all of the products in your own makeup collections as well. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I'd love if you could click that like button down below, and also subscribe to my channel. That really would mean the world to me. And also, if you want to follow me on any social media sites, I will have the links and the usernames down in the description box below, and also leave me any of your comments that you want. I love hearing from you guys, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye everyone!